Hello there guys, welcome to one of my live videos, and on this video there is lots to negotiate about. So, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has warned Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford if they fail to up their game, they will be replaced if they cannot deliver major honours to Manchester United. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has warned Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial not to rest on their laurels. And got to make an admission, Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford have been in scintillating form. They have got 19 goals each this season. Of course, Anthony Martial's done very, very well this season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As you all know, Martial has been playing in that number 9 role throughout the course of this season, so he hasn't been playing centrally. Now, this has been Anthony Martial's 5th season at Manchester United. I think probably one of the best seasons he enjoyed at the football club was under the Louis van Gaal era. That was of course his debut season. Don't forget, Anthony Martial scored on his debut in our 3-1 win against Liverpool. We did get Anthony Martial as a 19-year-old, and he is now, of course, 24. I think we paid around £36 million in from Monaco, and it said potentially rising up to 57 or 58 million based on goals and achievements and that. But I've been very, very impressed with him this season. Martial doesn't predominantly play centrally, he predominantly plays out wide. But actually, no, Rashford has been playing out wide. Don't forget, in our last league game, again, Martial had scored a hat-trick for Man United. That was his first senior hat-trick for the football club. And he became the first Man United player to score a hat-trick since Robin van Persie back in 2012 or 2013 and all of that. Marcus Rashford, I've been very, very impressed with him. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did say that he's been impressed with Marcus Rashford since the resumption of the season. Rashford has, created some very, very good chances. And I'm surprised he's actually, not got his name on the score sheet yet since, the season resumed. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did say he's convinced that Rashford will end his 7-month goal drought. Now, like I said, Rashford was out earlier on in the season with a back injury. Up until this point, Rashford has spent the entirety of his career with the football club. He's been a United player since the age of 7, and he's been in our senior squad since 2016. And since then has become an integral part of the team. So this has been Rashford's 4th season in our senior squad, and he is only the age of 22. So Solskjaer is demanding more from our strikers, and I still think, Solskjaer said that he wants to recommend the striker in, even though the likes of Rashford and Anthony Martial. And I'll put Mason Greenwood into the equation as well, because he's also done very, very well as well. Mason Greenwood's starts have been limited throughout the course of this season. A lot of his appearances have come from the substitutes bench. But I do expect Mason Greenwood to get more starts. This has been Mason Greenwood's first season in the senior squad, and Greenwood's got around 12 goals throughout the course of this season. I've also been very, very impressed with Odion Ighalo as well. Don't forget, he scored in our 2-1 win against Norwich in the FA Cup quarter-final. That was Odion Ighalo's 5th goal in 4 starts for the football club. I did say, didn't I, Ighalo's starts will now be limited in the Premier League because obviously Marcus Rashford is back. But I think we made the right decision by getting Odion Ighalo on January deadline day because he's done very, very well for us. But we did get him in as a cover-up to Marcus Rashford. Don't forget, quite a few weeks ago now, we'd extended Odion Ighalo's loan for a further 7 months. So he's going to be here until the end of January 2021. We have no option to buy Ighalo. There's no obligation at all to buy him. So after the loan, I presume that he will go back to Shanghai Shenhua. But I think Solskjaer's still looking to get a striker, like I said. There has been a lot of strikers on our agenda. Moussa Dembele from Lyon, he's been one of them. Erling Haaland, we tried to get him in January, but we didn't. it was a shame that we didn't get Erling Haaland because he would have been an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type signing. Don't forget, back in March, there was rumours of Harry Kane coming to Manchester United. We went in for Timo Werner, but obviously, now Chelsea have got him. So, there has been, quite a lot of strikers on our agenda. So that is the latest news on that. Also, too, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has challenged Manchester United to go unbeaten for the rest of the season. And that would be fantastic if we could do this. Now, as you all know, at the moment, we are unbeaten in our last 14 games in all competitions. And this is our best vein of form since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the interim manager. I think we are unbeaten in our last 12 Premier League games, to be quite honest. And I think we have kept 7 clean sheets out of those 12 games. So, we have been very, very impressive. And of course, we go up against Brighton tonight at the Amex Stadium. So we are looking to extend our unbeaten run to 15 in all competitions. And this is going to be a difficult game against Brighton tonight. Like I said, we've not yet won a away game against Brighton in the Premier League. Brighton have got a very, very good home record against us. We've lost our last 2 games away at Brighton. We lost there last year by 3-2, and we also lost there back in 2018 by 1-0. But on the other hand, we've got a decent home record against Brighton. We beat Brighton in the reverse fixture earlier on in the season by 3-1 at Old Trafford. Since the resumption of the season, though, Brighton have done quite well, to be honest with you. They have done very, very well. Obviously, they drew with Leicester 0-0. That was their last game. And their last home game, they're beating Arsenal by 2-1. I think Malpe had scored the winner in that. And that was Brighton's 100th win at the Amex Stadium in all competitions since their move to the ground back in 2011. So this has been now the 9th season they've been, playing at the Amex Stadium. They've been playing at the Amex Stadium and that. But I'm very, very convinced, that Manchester United will win this game. Of course, Brighton have got a few injuries as well. They have got Adam Webster out with injury. But, it could still play a part for them. Joe's is Cuido. I think he said he's had an injury. Stephen Alze, he's also been injured. Stephen Alze. And Tariq Lamptey, he's also had an injury for Brighton as well. So they got around, 4 injuries or something like that. Brighton are sitting 15th in the Premier League. I think probably Brighton will survive. I don't think Brighton will go down. I really, really don't think they'll go down and all of that. It's going to be a very, very interesting game, of course. We need to win this game against Brighton to keep our top 4 ambitions alive. As it stands at the moment, we are sitting 5 points behind top 4. Because we obviously want top 4 because we want qualification for the Champions League for next season. So obviously it can help us have more of a competitive summer transfer market, and plus we'll generate money. Solskjaer recently outlined his objectives for the remainder of the season, and Solskjaer did say he was targeting a 3rd place finish. And don't forget, the FA Cup and the Europa League are 2 priorities for us, because that's a chance for us getting some silverware on the board under Solskjaer. So we can win 2 trophies, and like I said, if we can win the FA Cup and if we can win the Europa League, or even at least one of them, it would be a fantastic achievement for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United. It really, really would. We are now into the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and we're also, we're more or less into the last 8 of the Europa League, because we are 5-0 up against Lask from the first leg. So we do need to win this game. As you all know, we've got 7 games remaining in the Premier League. I think, we've got the easiest running out of all the Premier League teams. So in reality, I think we should win at least 6 of our 7 remaining games. I really, really do. I really, really do in that. I don't think we've got many injuries. I think we've only got Phil Jones and Alex Tuanzebe who are the absentees. I give you my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference yesterday ahead of the Brighton-Manchester United game. Don't forget he was asked about Angel Gomez. Solskjaer said he's got no news on Angel Gomez. Then James Cooper had asked Solskjaer, is he leaving Manchester United? And Solskjaer has confirmed that Angel Gomez will be leaving the football club because we failed to agree terms over a new contract. But Solskjaer had confirmed this yesterday, so I do presume now Angel Gomez has either left the club already or he's going to be leaving the club today. I think we've put forward a few contract offers for him, but he has turned down these contract offers. I think the recent contract offer we've made to Angel Gomez was around £30,000 a week. You know, but Angel Gomez has only made 6 first team appearances this season, and he's only made 10 in total since he broke into the senior squad. And he broke into the senior squad back in 2017. He made his senior debut against Crystal Palace at the age of 16 years and 263 days old. Did Angel Gomez. But he has been a United player since the age of 6, so he has been here for several years. Don't forget he became the youngest player to represent us since Duncan Edwards back in the 1950s. And he also became the first player born in the 2000s to appear in the Premier League. But yeah, Angel Gomez's contract has now expired. It's now expired. And it does say, the likes of Chelsea and, Juventus are in for him. I think it says that Chelsea are preparing to put a contract offer him for Angel Gomez. So yeah, he is leaving the football club, is Angel Gomez. Also, too, Solskjaer did say that there's around 7 teams that are in the battle for 3rd and 4th. He said, Chelsea, Leicester, us, Wolves, Tottenham, Arsenal and Sheffield United. He says, all them teams are in the battle for 3rd and 4th. Solskjaer, reacted to the FA Cup semi-final draw, and he did say he's very, very delighted that we are in the FA Cup semi-finals. And he said, Chelsea, we've played them so many times this season. It is our 130th FA Cup semi-final, by the way, and Solskjaer is excited about the prospect of a final. So, this is, what he had said. So, said quite a few things during his press conference. Our next league game after Brighton is Bournemouth. So, that's another game Manchester United should win. Of course, in this game tonight against Brighton, Solskjaer's going to make several changes from the 2-1 win against Norwich. In that game against Norwich, Solskjaer made around 8 changes from the 3-0 win against Sheffield United and all of that. Obviously, tonight I expect Martial to start. I expect Rashford to start. I expect Pogba to start. Obviously, Lindelof will come back in. Bisaki, will come back in at right back. De Gea will come back in goal. Mason Greenwood, could also start as well. I think probably Luke Shaw will start at left back. Solskjaer's confirmed that he could be starting tonight against Brighton. So, he will make a lot of changes. He will. I want to, by the way, give you the news on Dean Henderson. It has been confirmed that Sheffield United have extended Dean Henderson's loan until the end of the season. So they have reached an agreement with us. Now, Dean Henderson's done very, very well on his loan spell with Sheffield United. This has been his 2nd season on loan with them, and he has been Sheffield United's player of the season. Now, Dean Henderson has had quite a few other loan spells, like I mentioned before. He had one with Stockport, Grimsby and Shrewsbury. We did get Dean Henderson back in 2011 from Carlisle. We got Dean Henderson as a 14-year-old, yeah. And he has still got a contract with us until 2022. Dean Henderson could be going out on loan for another season, though. Solskjaer was talking about Dean Henderson the other week, and he said that Dean Henderson is not yet ready to become our number 1. But he did say he expects Dean Henderson to be England's number 1 and Manchester United's number 1 goalkeeper in the future. And that we know for the remainder of this season that David De Gea is going to remain our number 1. Could still be our number 1 next season, could De Gea. But I said, didn't I, Solskjaer has got a goalkeeping decision to make. David De Gea has been a long servant of the football club. This has been now his 9th year, I think, at Manchester United, and he's actually approaching his 10th year at the football club. I think analysing it, David De Gea has had a good 7 years out of the 9 years he's been here, because I think in the last couple of years, David De Gea has been a bit of a liability, reflecting on the mistakes that he has made. David De Gea. David De Gea has nearly made 400 appearances for us in all competitions. He's kept over 100 clean sheets. And David De Gea's done very, very well for the club. He's still regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the world, reflecting on what he's achieved at Manchester United, because he's won everything here domestically, and he's also won individual awards as David De Gea. I said, didn't I, when David De Gea leaves the football club, I think he will go back to Spain. In the main explanations, he began his footballing career in Spain with Atletico Madrid. He also was born in Spain, and he was close to joining Real Madrid in 2015, but due to fax machine, his move to Real Madrid didn't materialise, and David De Gea is now in his late 20s in that. So there you go. So I just wanted to confirm that with you. Dean Henson's loan with Sheffield United has been extended until the end of the season and all of that. But like I said to you, it's going to be interesting to see how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer approaches the summer transfer window. Solskjaer was recently talking with our owners, about his plans for the summer transfer window, and Solskjaer's already said he wants to make around 3 or 4 major signings at the end of the season. I don't think we're going to make 3 or 4 signings though. But he's got a big decision to make in the summer transfer window, of what players he's going to recommend in, and of course, what players he is going to get rid of. Now, I've got an idea, of the players that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to get rid of. I think he's going to get rid of at least 5, maybe 6 players in the summer transfer window. And the players he's planning to get rid of is Phil Jones. We have put around the £15 million asking price on Phil Jones. Also, too, looking to get rid of Smalling permanently, because he's out on loan with Roma at the moment. We're also looking to get rid of Jesse Lingard. We're also looking to get rid of Andres Pereira. We're also looking to get rid of Sanchez permanently. So definitely no players are going to leave the football club in the summer transfer window, But I did say, didn't I, our expectations next season will be to challenge for the title. It will be. And, Solskjaer did recently say that Manchester United have got to spend money to compete with the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool, because analysing at the moment, City strides ahead of us and Liverpool are strides ahead of us. And this is, now being the 7th season, we have failed to mount any kind of title challenge up. So that just indicates how inconsistent we have been for the last 7 years or so. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. The last time we won it was in Alex Ferguson's last season. So hopefully, we can at some point get our 21st title under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. Because as it stands at the moment, we've got 20 titles in total, 13 of them Premier Leagues. So we are still the most successful club in England, and we are still one of the biggest clubs in the world, even though we have been playing catch-up for the last 7 years. But Solskjaer did recently say that he's unsure how much we will have to spend in the summer transfer window with the financial impacts of the coronavirus pandemic. There were stories coming out quite a few weeks ago now saying that, I think this was before the Tottenham game, saying that allegedly our transfer budget's been revealed. And he said, we're going to get around 269 or 270 million to spend in the summer transfer window, But yeah, so we're actually not unsure how much we are going to get to spend. Don't forget, earlier on in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial career, he worked out his transfer strategy, and he said, he wants to recruit young British talents to Manchester United. But yeah, so like I said to you, in regards to Solskjaer, he does deserve at least another season at Manchester United, because it is a transition period. and it has been a transition period for a while, and I think Solskjaer does deserve at least a couple of more transfer windows. The summer transfer window is going to be Solskjaer's second summer transfer window as Manchester United manager, because he's already overseen one summer transfer window. But in total, it will be his fourth transfer window as Manchester United manager. And I have got to make an admission. We have really, really improved under Solskjaer. We've definitely improved in the transfer market under him. Like I said, Solskjaer's got the players that he wanted. He's recommended 5 good players into the football club so far and spent just over £200 million. I think there's definitely no players that have improved under him, especially the top players and all of that. So I've definitely seen improvements under him. And Solskjaer has been at the football club now for around 18 months. He's been here. So he's been here like a year and a half. I think he's got just under 2 years left on his contract, because when we give Solskjaer the job permanently in March last year, he signed a 3-year contract. So he's got like a year and a half left on his contract, something like that, as Solskjaer. I think Solskjaer's been permanent Manchester United manager for a good, 15 or 16 months now. So he has been here for quite some time. And I've taken positives from his tenure. I do like the way he's promoted the youth, like I've said on a lot of my other videos, because the young players have been given their chances this season. But when Solskjaer got appointed in as Manchester United manager, he did say that everybody would get their chances to express themselves. And more or less, everybody has been given their chances. Also, too, we've done very, very well against the big 6 sides this season. That's also an improvement as well, because we weren't so good against the big 6 sides last season. So that's something else that's very, very good. We've extended a lot of players' contracts as well since Solskjaer came in. The recent one to sign a new contract was Scott McTominay, don't forget. I think there's some players, though, who we've given contracts to who we shouldn't have given contracts to. But I still believe we've got around 8 or 9 players' contracts that are due to expire next year. So this is something that we do need to resolve. And, a lot of players have left the football club since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in. I think, is it around 19, 20 players now that have left in total? Don't forget, we are going to release, or we have released 9 academy players when their contracts expire this week. That's also been confirmed as well. Don't forget, earlier on in the season, Solskjaer was very, very close to getting the sack. He really, really was, because earlier on in the season, we enjoyed our worst start to a Premier League season for 30 years. And reflecting on that, Solskjaer was under pressure. By giving you the reasons why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't get sacked from the football club is because of the signing of Bruno Fernandes, because Bruno Fernandes has definitely made the difference in the team. And I think with the wins against the likes of City and Tottenham as well, you can also say they saved his job. Maybe with Solskjaer being a club legend, that could also play a part in it as well. But disregarding being a club legend, maybe Solskjaer would not now have been Manchester United manager, because Solskjaer was a great player for the football club for 11 years. He flourished under Alex Ferguson's guidance. So that, could have played a part in it as well. But I don't know if he's the foreseeable future for Manchester United. Time will tell. Time will tell. There's still some Man United fans think that we need a manager in at the top level with a proven pedigree. Such as maybe a Pep Guardiola or a Jurgen Klopp or something like that. But some people believe if Solskjaer is given the time that he's demanding, they believe he can emulate into the next Jurgen Klopp. Solskjaer recently congratulated Liverpool for, winning the Premier League, but he said it hurt to see Liverpool as champions. It's Liverpool's first ever Premier League title. They've ended their 30-year drought, and it is their 19th overall. So they are just, one behind us. But we've got to find a way to definitely, stop Liverpool and all of that. But yeah, like I said, Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since the Ferguson era. Like I said, we sacked 3 managers since the Ferguson era. We sacked David Moyes after he endured 9 months at the club. We sacked Louis van Gaal. He endured 2 years at the club, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. he endured 2.5 years at Manchester United and that, so we haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers. In the last 7 years, we've spent close to the £1 billion range on players, and we have recruited over 30 odd players in since the Alex Ferguson era. So in reality, reflect on the money we've spent, we should be where Liverpool are. So let's just put that into the equation and all of that. Let's just put that into the equation. But we have not dominated English football since the Alex Ferguson era and all of that. We have not dominated English football since then. But like I said, there's been problems at the club for several years. Like I said, there's been cultural problems, been a lot of problems with the board, been a lot of problems with Ed Woodward and the Glazers, because we have been very, very critical of Ed Woodward and the Glazers for several years, because we don't like the way the football club has been run in the last 7 years or so. But we seem now to be getting somewhere under Solsjaker. Anyway, yesterday, I obviously give you the news on Van der Beek, didn't I? The news regarding him. There's a chance that Manchester United could sign him, because Eric Ten Hag, the Ajax boss, said that Van der Beek is going to be leaving Ajax, and his transfer fee is going to be reduced. So we could get Van der Beek for around £36 million, maybe. Also, too, the news now on Jack Grealish. I've just been reading reports regarding Jack Grealish, and it does say we face a transfer battle with Man City. It says City are going to consider signing him if they can, sell Leroy Sané to Bayern Munich and all of that. Villa have already come out and said that they want £80 million for Grealish. Don't forget, Grealish recently purchased a house near our Carrington training base. So reflecting on that, it said he's close to joining Manchester United, because Jack Grealish is one of our priority targets. Jadon Sancho, he's another one of our priority. Well, he's actually our number one priority target, should I say. Reportedly, we've got to sell 5 players to fund a move for Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window, because Borussia Dortmund have said that they want at least 100 million for Sancho. The Borussia Dortmund CEO, though, is convinced that Sancho will stay at Dortmund for next season, because he believes that no club will meet Borussia Dortmund's asking price for Jadon Sancho. So, you know the news on all of that. A reaction for the Brighton Man United game will either be after the game tonight, or it will be tomorrow morning. So let's just put that into the equation. Yeah. So, anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.